Here are the consequences. Dictator, he did this, he did that according to their organizations. I would say that it is a real pleasure to once again have the opportunity to say hello to you. Yesterday marked exactly 1 week since the incident happened. I am going to visit the place where the rocket fell, but know one thing, it is those who are there to protect you who unfortunately caused the incident. Because you see them stationed around, they surely tire you out a lot these days every morning, as they have increased security for several months, which brings a lot of clutter and inconvenience, but it's for you. It's so that no one can come and harm you here because you are very important. It's a strategic location. It was within the framework of their training that while trying to check a number of things, unfortunately, someone accidentally fired a shot. Those who were nearby over there and the one who triggered it were also they were taken to Delgado that day. Thank God they left Delgado with some after effects, of course, because a rocket doesn't forgive, especially concerning the hand. Unfortunately, the rocket headed towards the RTB courtyard here. And we can still thank God because there were no actual casualties. There were 2 injured who were taken care of by the presidency's infirmary. Immediately, the aide-de-camp, after the meeting, was able to come and assess the damage and inform me about the condition of the injured, which was stable. I hope they are doing even better now. As a civilian, it's normal. The trauma, we had never heard a rocket detonate nearby, especially when you feel like a target. It's understandable. We have set up a team of psychologists to try to take care of particularly these 2 injured individuals and all the staff. It wasn't done intentionally against you. There you go, it's just an incident, it happens. In the handling of weapons, it always happens. That's why what we call in the ISTC, there are rules. Unfortunately, incidents can happen, they always do, and often it's unfortunate. Here we can thank God that there were no real fatalities, and all the injured are recovering their health. We say, thank God. No one wants to be caught off guard. So when a new shift arrives, everyone wants to ensure that these work instruments are functioning very well. It's normal, it's logical. There you go. But we are in the city, and these incidents should not happen in the city. So don't be more alarmed than that, and I hope the tension is decreasing. It took us a while to come see you because, with good reason, we could explain why. Otherwise, the very next day, we could have come to see you, but we did it deliberately, and I think you will understand. You will have the opportunity to ask your questions, eventually, and we could answer them. We will have a frank discussion to relieve some stress, because since then, I see that there is so much information coming from everywhere. And you yourself are asking questions too.
Excellency, hello and welcome.
You're welcome.
Precisely regarding the incident that occurred a few days earlier, in any case, it didn't take much to fuel social media, and even some media are talking about a mutiny of the men and your possible escape to an unknown destination. What exactly happened?
Maybe they would even say that the TV director was kidnapped too. Well, that's not the case, huh? There you go. And often we tend to use certain terms. People say not to use them. But the reality is there, actually. There you go. There are stateless people. There are enemies of the nation. And there's a speech by Sankara that I saw you broadcast the last time I was watching. It's relevant. It's as if we are today, and he is speaking, actually. There you go. That's the reality. It's absolutely not the case. We are here, and everyone should be careful that day. The incident happened while we were in a meeting. And if people had fled, would there have been a press briefing after the meeting? There was a press briefing, wasn't there? But since they are used to lying as they breathe, they try to fool people. These individuals, you shouldn't listen to them, you know? They want to distract people. It's nothing important. We don't run away. Never. We are soldiers. And that's the last thing that comes to mind. We don't retreat, we don't give up, and we don't kneel before anyone except our parents and God. So that's our mentality. They said whatever they wanted, and we watched them precisely because of that, which is why we didn't come very early. We had to let them feed their lies. And that's what I was saying. Maybe they would come and say that the director was kidnapped, and even his wife, who might have believed their nonsense, would look and see. But now I see that they are lying. They have hatred within them. They are intellectually constipated. That's why they are forced to lie, because surely they have made, a pact with the imperialists, and they are obliged to work to make them believe. They are crooks, actually. Otherwise, we are here, we continue to work, we are with you every morning, we pass by, there you go. But we didn't want to come to let them continue until they drown themselves. I think they have indeed drowned now. All of Africa has understood that. They are stateless, they are enemies of the nation. There you go, if there's a year. Absolutely nothing. We are here, we are working.
Mr. President, what is your assessment of how this incident was handled by the media, especially the Western media?
Western media, it's nothing new, And it fits well. You are journalists, you work in information. Do you see what we call the lying media? I think many have understood now. They spend their time lying, manipulating. And today, when I watch them, in their reports and everything they say, it's shameful. And that's very good. They even managed to prove to all of Africa, to the whole world, that they are liars. And that's good. I think the African youth must have understood. The Burkinabe youth must have understood. Unsubscribe from those people. Stop listening to them, because they have manipulated us all for a long time. There you go, you have several examples at home, right? Take Ivory Coast, who didn't hate Gbagbo. In any case, us, our generation. They lied so much about him, they talked nonsense. They put pressure through information. You end up hating the person. They create a model of the person to impose that on your mind. You end up hating the person. They take him to the ICC. Then they say he's nothing. He's guilty of nothing. Is that serious? Gaddafi. We let Gaddafi die. Here are the consequences. Dictator, he did this, he did that according to their organizations. They lie. RFI, whatever. I don't know what. France 24, Le Monde, Jeune Afrique. They are obliged to do the work they are asked to do. There you go. They are not free, actually. There are many media outlets there. It's not, they don't live off advertising or whatever, It's false. There are people who pay, and you provide the information as they want. There you go. Even unfortunately here, there are some, in Burkina there are some. There are plenty. There you go. When we often say it, people say we're attacking journalists, but there are some. I think you have to choose between earning your living, but also loving your country, actually. It's true, they fight for their country, Everything they do is to the advantage of their country, but we need to move away from that. And we see national media that take these media as a reference. Often we look at certain newspapers, they quote, according to such and such a newspaper, they are liars. They have no information, they have nothing. The reporters are liars because when they want to attack a country, they paint the country as they wish. They say what they want about the country to make everyone hate it and to push through what they want. But I think this time we have understood. It's a game of chess. Let's go. We'll see what happens. Here, you need to distance yourself from those media outlets.
Hello, Your Excellency. Regarding the shooting incident, some sources have indicated that there were movements of planes and helicopters in Ouagadougou and Douri. What explained these observed movements of helicopters and planes?
It was said that we fled by helicopter to go to Douri. And when you see grown-ups lying, it's pitiful. In reality, it was on Wednesday, it was the day after the Mansilla attack. We launched an operation in Mansilla. And so the helicopters were sending troops as reinforcements again. That's just it. So they took off and went to Douri to pick up some personnel. There were hygiene elements that they took here in Ouagadougou to go for the operation at the level of Mansilla. So we also learned it like that. It's true. You see, they have a tactic. As I said, the few neurons they have left, that they exploit them to do something plausible. They always take a true piece of information. And around it now, they build their big lie. If you are not vigilant, you will believe it's true. The helicopters really flew over. It's true. That's a fact. Everyone observed it. So, but why did they fly over? That's the question. So they built the big lie around that. Everyone saw the helicopters fly over, but they used that to say that, look, we did. No, it's false. It's the same tactic they used when the helicopters, the Ilyushins, landed in Ouagadougou. There were 6 Ilyushin flights to Ouagadougou. It's true. The Ilyushins landed, but they take that. And when I look at them, they lie as easily as they breathe. They build something big around it, but that it's, what? Wagner and Malian soldiers who came. I wouldn't say Malian soldiers, they're AES soldiers. But they are Malian soldiers from the free generation who can come to Burkina whenever they want, however they want. But it's false. It's completely false. The Russians are already here. They are working together, they are here. Why would we bring them again? Oh, well, it's because they couldn't help us do what we want. That doesn't mean anything. Secondly, I can assure you, these planes, for example, that landed, the helicopters, as I explained to you, the planes are United Nations equipment. After the mission ended, the ammunition remained in Gao, now, in Bamako, a bit everywhere. It was the boat from Timbuktu that had started taking our ammunition to evacuate to Bamako. They destroyed that boat, so we found other ways to send it there. And there, it's ammunition that we collected to bring here. There is even ammunition from other countries that we are going to destroy here. There is a United Nations structure, which is UNMAS, that is aware of the operation and is supposed to supervise this operation over these 2 days. It's ammunition, therefore, from the mission that we collected. In Gao, we had an FPI, and in Timbuktu, we had our men. Now, the ammunition was in Bamako, that's all. But this persistence should make you understand that there is something strange going on. So it's false. The mood swing, it's false. Nothing happened. And it led to the fact that yesterday or the day before, the general staff was forced to communicate. But we didn't even want them to communicate. And it's because the parents of the soldiers in Dauri started calling them. We heard that it's you who want to mutiny or what? The children say they are even on a mission. 2 are near Manzila, 2 are near Bani, on a mission. And the parents were bothering them a lot. So they asked if the general staff could really communicate so that they would stop bothering them and let them focus on their operations. Do you see what they're doing? It's not good. Otherwise, there's nothing, absolutely nothing. It's their wish, maybe. It's their wish, but they won't see it come true. No, it's an insult to our soldiers. Our soldiers are much smarter than them. They know what they're doing. They know where the country is. They know where we're heading.
Excellence, in certain circles, there was even talk of a power vacation, and that within the army, there would be negotiations to appoint your successor. Have you been informed of these so-called negotiations?
If it's vacant, let them come and take it. He felt me. Since they said we had to go to Niger, right? They just have to come and take it. What were they doing over there? They just have to come themselves and take it. They didn't understand anything, actually. But understand them. If they were paid and didn't achieve their goal, they have to lie to justify what they're doing. And it's not just them. You see the Jibrils, Basole, and others, they wander around the world. They lie. They collaborate with terrorists to kill Burkinabés, thinking they can change things. That's over. People have understood. So maybe tell them if it's vacant, they just have to come. They come to take. These people have nothing. They have no children. They have nothing in the army. And it's you who sit over there, trying to manipulate other people's children, hoping to do what you want. Are they smart? That's an insult. It's an insult even to the Burkinabe people, to treat them like children, telling nonsense and believing that people will swallow it. No, people are smart. It's no longer the years when people can see information like that and then jump on it and everything. But remember that they have several objectives. It's chaos. You see, destabilizing Burkina because our course of action doesn't please them. And that reassures us. It reassures us. It makes us want to move towards the goal we have set for ourselves. So don't worry about that, actually.
A lot of information has come out, as you said. What is your message to the Burkinabe people inside the country, and especially to the diaspora who have many questions about the progress of the transition?
People will understand. Here we are. Maybe they'll say it's fake too. Come shake my hand. Maybe they'll believe that. You see, at least that's not fake. It's something I love. Something I love. They are the ones with all the technology. We haven't reached that level yet. We are free in our country, and people shouldn't worry. I was saying that they have many objectives. One of the objectives, Monsieur, is to scare investors by saying that Burkina is unstable. Burkina cannot. You know that since 2023, Burkina has been among the 10 most attractive countries in Africa. Investors want to come to Burkina because they see vision. They see that this country can develop with what we are undertaking. So there are many people who visit us, who come to invest in Burkina, and when they do that, it scares the investors. That's their goal. So to tell those Burkinabe abroad and other investors who want to come to Burkina, what they are saying is completely false. Burkina is very stable. They can come. They can trust in Burkina. And all those who are abroad, all those lying media, they are telling stories. There you go. That's one of their objectives. They have a plan in mind, that's for sure. But we are also aware. We are ready for them. There you go. Maybe the next phase is to say, watch TV. Be careful. It's not out of the question that the next plan is for them to try to hack a number of applications in Burkina Faso to disrupt certain things. We are waiting for them. There you go. They don't do anything for nothing. When they start their lies, the disinformation, it's for a purpose. But we are following them, and we are ready for them. And we will give them the response they deserve. And those who are inside, who continue to manipulate with them, they will understand us. Now it's over. We have let time pass so they could spill all their lies. We are going to act very firmly. So people outside should not rely on such nonsense. There you go. It means nothing. And it's unfortunate that it's Burkinabés abroad who are involved in this. There you go. They are navel-gazing in Côte d'Ivoire, continuing with this. We don't know what we did to these people, but they haven't stopped their dirty needs. No one will listen to them anymore. So this is to reassure everyone. The Burkinabe inside the country should remain calm and unshaken. There is nothing. We are here and we continue to work for the happiness of the Burkinabés.
With everything that's happening, do you ever fear for your life? How do you emotionally manage everything that's going on?
The reason is Hélène. The emotion is black. You see, they also play on emotion. There you go, when they ended up making everyone understand that they are behind the attacks. And I try to take that to create emotion. Because in their minds, black's black in the emotion. We base our actions on emotion and everything. Because they have analyzed that it's, what is it? It's Inata who made rock leaf. It's Gaskinde who made the Nuba leaf. That's how it is in their minds. You cannot change that. They need to create an unfortunate incident to hope that we also leave. Because the Burkinabe is nothing but emotion. They don't know the Burkinabe. We are not just emotion. We know where we are going now. People have understood the essence of our struggle. We are not afraid. We have never been afraid because we have had the chance, I would say, to be on the ground and to live through situations where we should have lost our lives long ago. I'm telling you, there are situations we've come out of, we don't know how. It's God, only He knows how we got out of them. Otherwise, we wouldn't be standing here. Often, I sit down, it's true, I think about certain things on the ground and I say to myself, but how? God knows what He is doing. There you have it. If it's fear, we don't know fear. Never. And we pray to God to never know fear. If we wanted to know fear, maybe if we had started to become bourgeois, we would have started to be afraid. But there you go. They are waiting for us to have accounts over there so they can get up one day and say, you do this or we close. They will never have our accounts over there. We don't care about having accounts over there.
Please, if you have not subscribed, please kindly subscribe and like the video. Thank you.